What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James, talking to you today about some crypto news regarding not only America but Russia. And this has nothing to do with Russia-Ukraine. This is simply to do with crypto. I'm going to get into that in a second. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. These are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would crush it in the cycle. If you invested $100 into each one of them, and you're still holding all that crypto, you'd be in profit for over $51,000. This is not reflective of what I hold anymore. If you want to see what I hold, come check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share my portfolio. 2021 was a fantastic year in terms of long-term investments, quick flips, airdrops. 2022 is set to be better. Whether it's bear cycle or bull cycle, it's both great news. Bull cycle, great, money's going up. Bear cycle, great investment opportunities of a lifetime, where you can find coins that can 200x, 400x, 1000x. I've got a list of coins that I'm watching over the course of an imminent bear cycle. And when that happens, I am going to be eyeing up how much they retrace. And when I think they can 50x, 100x, 200x, I'm going to be sharing them with the Copy My Crypto members. If you want to be a part of it, click the link in the description and check it out. See that? That's an ad. You click those ads on Brave Browser, that gets you free crypto. If you're broke, that's useful. Right, listen, there's a couple of things. So it was announced on the 24th of January that the Biden administration is looking into an executive order on crypto as early as February. The idea is that the federal agencies are going to determine the risks and opportunities for these digital assets. It would basically place the White House in a central role overseeing and setting policy for regulation of the digital assets. Now, look, Democrats have actually been ridiculously crap when it comes to crypto. Their behavior and their attitude towards it has been terrible. They've been a lot less adoptive, a lot less bullish, a lot less keen on it than the Republicans. So one thing I'm hesitant about in terms of what's coming up is that I'm sure there's going to be some addendums in the executive order that are going to that could be problematic in the short term. Long term, right? This is bullish for crypto. This is basically the American government going, it's an acceptable investment class. It's an asset class that we need to make sure is regulated because it's going to be here for a very, very, very long time. So there's two things that happen there. Firstly, it doesn't get banned. You don't regulate an asset class to then ban it. It just doesn't happen. So all of a sudden, America, at the forefront of being one of the first to thoroughly regulate the space, and when other governments see that, other governments will start doing the same thing, and it will be more widely adopted across the world. Case in point, Russia today. Russia literally met today, and the Russian government has agreed on a roadmap to regulate crypto, even though the Bank of Russia objects, and they called for a full ban on crypto trading, mining, and payments last week. And the Russian government gives zero shits about it. The Russian government has said that they have plans to regulate cryptocurrencies in place by the end of the year. They've set up a roadmap to do it that was reported by a Russian news agency. The roadmap effectively suggests the basics of what you should be doing, which is KYC, anti-money laundering rules for crypto platforms, defining regulatory status, mandating a supervisory body, and establishing penalties for those who don't play by the rules. Simple stuff. What I would expect. It's what most governments should be doing. Now, the upside to these two situations right now is this. If you are, whether you want regulation or not, the act of regulating an asset class means that it's accepted. That means that we'll see wider institutions, larger institutions, whether that's good or bad, and there's an argument to be made for both. But we'll see both of them. But we'll see larger institutions getting into the crypto space as a result of regulation, the moment that it occurs. So long term, it's good. The other thing that is positive about this is that when you've got regulatory clarity, you don't see nonsense lawsuits. So what we're seeing right now with the SEC and XRP is, at the moment, almost a defining like it feels like a lawsuit that's going to be defining of the crypto space. So with regulatory clarity comes actual clarity. Like there's no other way to put it. Like once that happens, we don't see these stupid lawsuits. You start seeing lawsuits that have validity, hopefully, or not at all. I mean, we will see. Of course, we'll see them, but that's a good thing. What will happen with this is it will end up being a trading event. When a statement, whether it's press conference or whatever, comes out, again, we will see that will end up being a trading event in the short term. We saw it with FOMC, this week. When they released their minutes, we saw S&P 500 shoot up in price. We saw Bitcoin shoot up in price. We saw all of crypto shoot up in price when the minutes were released. And then we saw Jerome Powell, the miserable sod that he is, yammering on in his miserable way and beginning to get more aggressive about certain elements of the state of the economy, particularly with regards to inflation. We saw the event turn very, very bearish in the short term. So this will be the same. We'll see this, and it will be an event that's traded heavily. And in the short term, it might be negative because, like I said, what the one consistency we've seen in the past 2 years really from Democrats is they're very crypto averse. So there could be some elements of this executive order that cause concern in the short term, but fundamentally in the long term, it's still very, very bullish. Them looking to regulate, like I said, it gets rid of your Wild Wild West 100x leverage within a number of exchanges. That will be removed. It will clarify what classifies as a security, what classifies as a crypto, how you can distinguish between the two. It will mean that there won't be the stupid lawsuits, and it also means long term this is an accepted asset class, and that's probably a large part of hesitation of a number of major institutions within America for getting into Bitcoin, for getting into Ethereum, for getting into the crypto space. And it'll be the same for Russia. Russian government have the same attitude, which is, look, it's here to stay. Bank of Russia can not like it, but get over yourselves because crypto's here to stay. So it needs regulation, it needs clarity. And from there, hopefully better decisions can be made. So things are looking, like I said, both these things, they could be, they'll probably be tradable events in short term. There may be some negativity around it. Long term, it's a bullish thing. It's a bullish thing. So we will see how this plays out. But that should be happening as early as February. And February is meant to be a month that provided relief for the market, particularly with the Fed not meeting for the entirety of that month. So I was expecting, and I think a lot of us are expecting that we'll see some price appreciation of crypto across February. It may be that this event staggers that. We know March is based on timelines of the FOMC meetings. March is going to be a month where we are expecting interest rate hikes. So if we don't see that relief and appreciation in the market in February, we might see an even more brutal March than many of us are anticipating. But like I said, long term, very, 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 very bullish. Anyway, that's it. That was a bit of crypto news updates. America and Russia are on the same page. First for everything. Anyway, that's it. If you're new to crypto, come check out Copy My Crypto. Even if you've been in crypto a while, come check it out. See the gains that were made. We had an amazing 2021. 2022 will be even better regardless of bear or bull. There's so much there's so much room for growth. And a bear cycle is the best time for investment. If we hit a deep dive bear cycle, it's going to be an opportunity of a lifetime where you can find cryptos hugely undervalued that will do 100x's, 200x's, 400x's, 500x's. And if you want to be a part of that and make those gains that myself and the Copy My Crypto members make, then click on the link in the description and check it out. Take it easy. Bye bye.